Yeah, beep, beep, beep. I know the couples go. Shut up. Mr. Standing Stones, how you doing, man? Good morning. We're staying warm up there in Pennsylvania. I think you're in PA, aren't you? Is my mic working? I can't tell if it is or not. I might have the radio too loud. Yeah, that's a Uniden Bearcat 980 SSB that I had to bump the dead key down a little bit for the amp I got because it was overdriving the amp. I had to buy a set of precision screwdrivers to do it, but I got it done. I wasn't sure because I'm using the yeah, it's a piece of crap camera, and I don't know how to fix it. It's a built-in webcam on a cheap little laptop. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth the lens they put on it. But I don't know how to get into the settings in there to see if I can focus it. Yeah, there ain't nothing in StreamYard. I have to do it on the computer, I guess. I'll have to figure that out. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Like somebody smeared Vaseline or mayonnaise or something all over the lens. Crazy. I mean, that's a cheap little laptop. I had a chick that I was messing around with a few years back. I told her don't do nothing on my laptop, but she was checking her Facebook or whatever on it. I told her don't change nothing, don't go into settings or don't do no updates or nothing. Just leave it like it is. And she decided to do me a favor and do a Windows update. And it crashed the whole damn laptop. Nothing worked after that. I mean, the wallpaper would come up with the shortcuts on the desktop, and the mouse would move around, but you could click or hit keys or whatever, and it wouldn't do anything. It just shut the whole freaking laptop down. It was pretty much junk after that. I mean, it was cheap, wasn't worth fixing, so she got me this one, and it's worse than the one I had. That's funny. I'm in western South Carolina, just a little bit south of Greenwood, South Carolina. Me and my 20 acres out in the county, I put 786 out in the sticks. love it out here. It's quiet. There ain't a whole lot of neighbors. I mean, the summertime with the leaves on the trees, you can't even see my house from the road. But trees everywhere. I hate this coffee pot. I'm south of Greenwood in South Carolina, southern end of Greenwood County, South Carolina, down in the South Kakalaki. I'm about, if you know where 21's at, I'm about 160 miles northwest of, northwest of him. That's why I can't get him on the radio. Too far for ground wave, too close for skip. Can't get him. I can hear him sometimes if the channel's quiet. I can hear him talking back and forth, but I can't get back there to him. I'm hoping to fix that if I can get my hands on that Vector 4000 antenna I was looking at last night. Seems like a decent one. It's big, but I think it'll work. It's like 27 foot long. It's a 3/4 wave base station antenna. Massachusetts. I thought you were in Pennsylvania. So who's in Pennsylvania? I forget. I don't know. Foxborough Football Stadium. Massachusetts. My grandfather used to live in what was it? Greenfield, I think it was. Greenfield, Mass. My family's got a cottage on Otis Reservoir in Otis, Massachusetts. That's right. Travis is in Pennsylvania. That's right. That's right. Jake from State Farm. How's it going, man? Good to see you in here. Yeah, my grandfather's place was in Greenfield, right next to a little tiny airport. I mean, they didn't have big planes. They only had like little Pipers and all of that. And they had parachute classes, like parachute instructors. You could take the class and go up in the plane and parachute and all of that. We used to sit on his front porch with the binoculars and watch the people jumping out of the planes, floating back down to the airport. Yeah, I ain't been in here long. I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. Been 15 minutes. I just figured I'd fire it up and see what happened. Killing time, making excuses not to go to town. We'll do that in Orange, Mass. I don't think I ever been there. But this was like, what was it? It had to be mid and late 70s when he lived up there. We used to go up there like a couple times a year and visit him and stuff. That was one year he gave me his pocket knife. He got an old Barlow pocket knife that he gave to me when I was like, I think I was 10. It might have been 9 or 10. But he gave me that pocket knife and he told me the story about. I always heard my dad talking about this story. The time my grandfather, he was a crop duster. He used to fly crop dusting planes, and he had something one time went wrong with the plane, and he ended up crashing the plane. And when the nose hit the ground, it all crinkled up the nose, so his feet were stuck all crinkled up in the sheet metal and shit. And his feet were stuck, so he couldn't get out. And there was a fire on the plane, and of course, fuel was leaking. So he had no way to get out of the plane. So he took out that little Barlow pocket knife and he cut off two of his toes to get his foot loose, so he could get out of the plane. And I still have that knife. I'm like, damn, Grandpa was a badass. Cut off his own toes to get out of a burning airplane. He didn't have a choice, though. I mean, it was either cut off his toes or burn to death in the fire. He had to get out. Hey, cowboy, how you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Well, well, well. Yeah, my grandpa was pretty much a badass. I mean, he was a pilot. He flew crop dusters for years. Before that, he was a tank commander in the army. Nice, cowboy. I tried to go over there, but I couldn't get the stupid page to load. Something was up with my computer. I ended up restarting the computer and all of that. And that damn old ass computer I got takes like 45 minutes to restart the damn thing. I'm glad it went well for you, though. That's cool, man. All right, cool. So you got the list in the community section. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, right. And Nashville. See, if it was me doing that for the first time, I'd have screwed up everything. Dude running the show would have been like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? Tighten up, dude. What are you doing?" Yeah, I gotta see if there's a way I can fix that stupid camera. I wanted to use my phone as the camera on here, but my phone has issues, and I can't install nothing new on it because I got the Apple ID verification ass thing coming up, and I can't get in it to sign back in again because I forgot my password, and the only way to recover my password is they want to text a verification code to this phone. The problem with that is I don't have this number anymore. The phone's not an active number. I just use it for other shit. It's not a working phone number. Somebody else has that number, and I'm not about to have them text a verification code to get into my account to send that to somebody else. No, I don't think so. And I can't get a hold of nobody. I tried tech support on the website. Went through, I don't know, 14, 15 different damn pages of stuff. And they're like, if that still doesn't work, call this number. So I call that number, and guess what? It's a friggin' automated thing. Press one for so and so. Press two for so and so. Press three for, you know what? Fuck off. 4 to 8 inches, dang. Got people down here freaking out because they said we're supposed to be getting 2 inches Tuesday, I think they said. And people down here freaking out. They're already emptying out the stores and shit. There ain't no bread, no milk, no eggs, all that shit's gone. Radiality, yeah. I want that QT80, man. I want that thing so bad. I want that one for my truck. Carrier pigeon. Oh, damn pigeon come up and land on the railing on the front porch with a little leather tube strapped to his leg. Right? I remember some of them blizzards doing that because I grew up in Connecticut. I remember getting snowed in, and they talking people. They'd have the town that I lived in. The fire department had an air horn on the roof, like a big ass foghorn on the roof that shot out in 4 different directions, so pretty much everybody in town could hear it. And I think it was 6:45. It was either 6:15 or 6:45 in the morning on snowy days. If there was a lot of snow, everybody would listen for that foghorn because it would go off twice. So everybody's, either crack a window so you can hear it or be standing outside in the morning. And if you heard that friggin' loud ass twice, if you heard that shit twice, that meant there was no school that day. And all the kids that were getting ready for school are like, hell yeah, put the play clothes on, head outside, snowball fights, sledding, skiing, whatever. Like shit, yeah, no school. When the air horn went off. But they also had air horn for if there was a fire somewhere in town, they put out calendars that everybody got yearly with with the phone book and shit. You would get a calendar in the mail, and the top half of that calendar was a list of all the streets in town, and each street had its own number. It would have like 146 or whatever, and the foghorn would go off once and pause, and then 4 times and pause, and then 6 times. And you look at the calendar and say, "Oh, that's on Elm Street." And me and my best friend used to run around every time there was a fire somewhere in town. We'd grab our little handheld scanner and go running through town, headed for the street where the fire was. We didn't get close, we didn't want to get in the way or anything. We just wanted to see the fire. We used to every time there was a fire, me and him would go running. I remember we had a 2-story house when I was a kid growing up in Connecticut. We had a 2-story house with a big steep roof and all of that on it. We had drifts halfway up the roof of that fucking house. I mean, covered up the whole damn 2-story house. I miss that house. I loved that house when I was a kid. Man, that was a cool ass house. But that's ancient history now. I don't even know if that house is still standing. It was built in 1880 something, I think. It was an old colonial house, 2-story house. It was a nice house. I'm an electrician, nice. Oh yeah, I have a couple of those that I got from my grandfather on my mother's side. I got a whole big crate full of old hand tools and boat planes and chisels and hand drills and shit. It looked like a damn old timey egg beater, but it's got a drill chuck on it. You just hold it up there and turn the crank, and that would turn the bit to drill your hole. I kind of miss the snow. I mean, not shoveling it, but like being out in it. I used to love it when it snowed and they shut all the roads down. I mean, they couldn't even get plow trucks and shit through, but I'd still be out there on my dirt bike fucking tooling around town. Cops chasing me and shit. I knew where all the alleyways were and the little footpaths to get out behind the buildings and shit and go out through the woods and back towards my house. And they never did find me. They never could catch me. They didn't know where the hell I went. You can't shovel sunshine. That's cool. 1956 Central England. Sure can soak it up. Yes, sir. I like being out in the sun, but I got to be careful with my face because I'm missing half the skin off of my face and I get burnt real easy. I mean, like water blister fucking burnt. I can't be in the sun for a long time. We need to get up with 390 and figure out how to do us a UDX check-in like once a week. Figure out a good time and a good channel and see if we can't fire us up a UDX check-in. Oh, that's me. I put them up on the screen. I'm getting like Ireland and UK and shit right now. Sort of. Yeah, right. As soon as I said that, shit, everybody went quiet. Yeah, I think it's 3 hours, isn't it? I got uh I got 10:37 where I'm at Eastern time. Yeah, I think California's 3 hours. Texas is 1 hour. I forget where the line exactly is for what you call it between Central and Pacific. You got a camera with you, cowboy? I can put the link in if you want to come in here. I can throw the invite in the chat. Hey Skipper, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Skipper 0615 Seattle. Let's see what that zero at the beginning is. Is that a world radio thing? I'm pretty sure most of the world, all the world radios I hear on the air, they all zero in front of their number. Like 0737, he's down here in South Carolina somewhere, but I can't never get to him. Gonna get some coffee going. Yep, I just made me a pot working on my first cup out of this pot. I drank a pot in the house before I came out here. Coffee hound. Oh, that's pretty good. I was pointing around seeing moving up there. Yeah, I was trying to sleep in today, but the brain and the body wouldn't let me. I was up at shit like 4 to 5, something like that. All right, cowboy, that'll work. Whenever you're ready. I mean, that's not a mandatory thing, just if you feel like it. West and what now? And there's a bunch of people out there. Due east of Phoenix. Due east, don't do west, due east. I'm hearing a bunch of numbers out there I don't recognize. It must be on 38. Dude says, what a dork. Well, that's good. You can get back to sleep if you want to. I can't do it. Once I wake up, I can't go back. I've tried and tried and tried. I just can't do it. Once my eyes are open, I'm up for the day. How about that? 135. I hear that 135 Scotland in there all the time, but I can never get him. I got 148 one time. Paul, I think his name is. I got him a time or two. I got 134 in Central Scotland one time. I gotta figure out how I can get my hands on it. Damn Vector 4000. I like that thing. I think that'll work for what I need. And there's a place that's about 35 minutes from here, 35-minute drive from here. They got them in stock for 160, I think it was. I gotta get on these damn stereos. I got 3 different rack stereos. I got a surround sound receiver thing. I gotta go through and clean all out and everything, get them working again. If I can get that shit straight, I can sell a couple of them and get that anytime. Because I don't need a room full of stereos. I don't need but one. It's hard, man. I mean, from where you're at, they're almost like total opposite the damn planet. I mean, I can't always get there. I hear them every morning. I hear 148 and 134 in Scotland. I hear 1115 in the UK. There's a few other ones in the UK too that I hear like every morning they're out here. But I can't always get them. I get them once in a while, but not all the time. I guess I might be doing a little better than I think I am because I was out here the other night. It was about 10 or 10:30 at night, and I heard a few guys talking back and forth. I mean, they weren't coming in real strong, but I could hear them enough to understand them and everything. And I decided to jump in there, and they heard me, said I was doing good, and they were uh, southwest of Augusta, Georgia. They were about 75 or 80 miles from me. I'm like, damn, 75 miles on this little thing? That's not too bad, I don't think. But 21's twice that far. He's 160 something miles from me. I'm not sure where Jed's at. I know he's down there by 21 somewhere, but I don't know where. Toasted cream cheese. Oh, man. The only thing better than that would have been a bagel with some lox on it. I love me some bagels and lox and cream cheese. Oh, good shit. Best bagel I ever had was a little coffee shop in Roscoe, New York. When I went up to visit my brother, he was living in Roscoe, New York, and he lived in an apartment. Him and his girlfriend at the time, they weren't married yet. They lived in an apartment up above a coffee shop, and that was so awesome. I mean, I stayed a couple of nights with him, and first thing in the morning when you wake up, you can smell the breakfast cooking and the coffee brewing. And it, oh my God, make your stomach grumble at you first thing when you wake up. So yeah, I think I'll go downstairs and get breakfast. Some good stuff. I sat there and I had a big ass cup of coffee and a bagel, big old giant bagel and lox. I mean, almost the size of a damn dinner plate. A big ass fucking bagel. Thing was huge. I couldn't finish it all. I was gonna say 200,000 miles. Jesus. Didn't know the country was that big. Joey, what's going on, Mr. Coyote? How you been, man? Firing up to 2,000, getting warm. Nice. Oh, you guys in the chat. If you've seen my videos or the other stream I did where I showed the Cobra 148 GTL and that Road Noise 2018 handheld power mic with the echo and all that on it, that stuff I got from Joey right here, Mr. Coyote. He's another one I can't get on the radio. I mean, too close for too close for Skip, too far for ground wave. He drives a damn nice truck too. Just saying. Yeah, cowboy. If I talk to people around here, technically I'm not near the coast. I'm like 3 hours, maybe 3 hours 15 minutes, 3 hours 20 minutes, something like that. I mean, if I push it a little bit, I could be in Myrtle Beach in 3 hours. But to most people, oh, that ain't the coast. That's inland. All right, whatever. I mean, when you're comparing that distance to friggin' California, that I would call coast to coast. Uh-oh. Yeah, I came out here when I got up this morning about, I don't know, quarter after 5, 5:30, something like that. Came out here and fired everything up and went back in the house and made my coffee. I said, y'all get warmed up, I'll be back. Yeah, I went to Bike Week over there once years ago. I'll never go back. I'll never go back. I mean, it was a cool time and all that, but I mean, Myrtle Beach is always, I mean, prices of everything are outrageous. I mean, the whole place is a tourist trap. But during Bike Week, this shit's even worse. I mean, there ain't no way that I'm gonna sit there at a bar somewhere and pay like $9 for a damn beer. Yeah, you out your damn mind. You done bumped your head. Yeah, that's 980 is kind of cold nature too. It takes it a while to get up to operating temperature, I guess you call it. But you can tell when you start it up if it's cold outside. You can tell because everybody's off frequency. I mean, there ain't nobody on frequency. So it warms up after a while, and then you can readjust it to where it's normally at. I think the last time I went to Myrtle Beach was in like it had to be 98 or 99, somewhere around there. For my niece's birthday, she wanted to go to Myrtle Beach and did all the cruising around. Went to the beach, walked the pier, all of that shit. Played putt putt on like 4 or 5 different courses. She loves her some putt putt. Yeah, it is. It's too commercial. I mean, just the cost of everything is outrageous. It's crazy. And the traffic shit. I'd rather drive in downtown. I'd rather drive a damn box truck through Manhattan than deal with traffic in Myrtle Beach. I don't like it down there. I got no reason to go back. Now Calabash, on the other hand, Calabash in North Carolina, that's just north of North Myrtle Beach. That's a nice place. It's nice and small. It's quiet. There ain't like thousands and thousands of people running around all the time. It's nice. It's nice and chill. You know, it ain't bad. Take the dog for a walk. Only 42. That's like, I don't know, 45 maybe out here. But anyway, thanks for coming in and standing stones. We'll see you next time. I don't know how long I'll be in here, but I'll probably do it again eventually. Old Town Radio Roundup. I got in there last week. I wonder if I could do it this week. Spindle Twister, how's it going, man? 344. Are we on 36 lower sideband? Yes, sir, we are. Yeah. So how's it going, Spindle Twister? I gotta keep a better eye on the chat. Shit's going by and missing things.
All right, 605, 605, 354, New York.
605, 354. Those numbers are out of order. We don't want 345. We want 534.
Not a problem, 605.
I just heard him mention it on there on 36 low. So it was, who was it that runs it? 605, I think. I believe he's in Texas. Hello, Jed. UDX 183. What's going on, man? Good morning time. Appreciate you coming in. You know what I'm going around. I'm just sitting around killing time pretty much. Yeah, Cowboy Coffee will fix it. Coffee fixes everything. Well, I wouldn't say everything, but helps you get going anyway. Just waking up. I hear you. I hear you. I've been up since, I don't know, like 5:15, maybe something like that. 5:30. Somewhere in there. Hands off, Sneaky. It was raining here earlier, but it finally quit about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. It was still raining when I started this thing, but it's been quit now. Which is probably about right, because I was looking at Weather Underground shortly after I got up, and I looked at the hourly thing, and they said it was gonna taper off about 11 o'clock. And I guess they were right. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Wake up, wake up. It's time for school. Oh, 5 more minutes. I just put that damn Rodney Carrington song in my head. Rodney Carrington's got a song called Dear Penis. I'm not going to sing it because I ain't much of a singer. I can play guitar and bass, but I ain't much of a singer. I used to do backup vocals in a band years ago, but I ain't done any singing in years. Years. Yeah, see, I was up early this morning and I made a pot in the house. I woke up, came out here and fired up my radio and all that. Went back in the house, drank a pot of coffee, then had a couple of glasses of ice water, then came back out here, decided to fire up the screen and made me another pot. I'm working on that one now. I'm on my second cup out of my second pot. Now all you do is stare at the floor. Yeah, that's the one. I don't think I like you anymore. Damn. I like the other song too with the 12 inch thing and a dozen roses. I got a dozen roses in the truck. I ain't got that other thing you're looking for, but I know a fellow. Hubba, 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 hey. That's fucked up. There's seaweed, 534 Oregon State. There's old seaweed. I ain't gonna get them through that damn roundup though. There ain't no way. You're telling me for 40 years I could. Ain't no way. That's Christ, that was loud. Oh, that's my big brother texting me. You need to go talk to her. Okay. 244. You're so sweet. Oh, yeah, yeah. I forget. He told me one time where he was, but I forget. I don't remember. And Wisconsin, that's it. He's old. Wisconsin. We a cheddarhead. He's in. I don't keep up with sports anymore. I used 2 years ago, but I ain't even worried about it no more. The last time I had anything to do with sports was Kevin Harvick was still driving a Chevrolet. Then he switched to Ford. Damn it. And before that, I was huge on Terry Labonte for years. Since I was a kid, I always liked Terry Labonte. Number 5. Actually, one of my slot cars is number 5 cornflake car. Was one of my slot cars. I wish I had room to set that shit up out here, but I ain't got room enough to set it up anyway. I'd like to set my trains up too, but I was gonna do that, I'd have to build a whole other building right here. I just ain't got room. All right, I got a question for y'all. I'm gonna make a sound here with something, and y'all tell me if it's too loud or too annoying or something. Cause I got me some more. I got me another thing of pipe. Oh, be right with y'all. I'm gonna try to call him. Where you at? 30. I'm on 36 lower right now. I don't know if I can hear it. I got the thing turned way down because the laptop's like right in front of it. All right, I'll be there. Yeah, that's I'm on 36 lower right now. Or we can go somewhere else if you want to. Just let me know. What the hell was I doing? All right, cowboy, go get you some caffeine. You'll be all right. Stand by. Like 806 in Amarillo, Texas. Stand by, drink beer. Stand by, drink beer. 806 in Amarillo. Stand by, drink beer. Anyway, I gotta do. I'm gonna make a noise here. Y'all let me know if this is too annoying or too loud. There it is, right here. That's the noise. I got me another thingy of pipe tobacco, and my brother gave me a box of cigarette tubes. They're just empty paper tubes. So I've been rolling my pipe tobacco into tubes because it's easier just to fire it up like that rather than bringing my pipes and shit out here from in the house because I don't leave them out here in the cold. Give me the coffee and nobody gets hurt. I'm the same way with my beer and liquor. Give me the booze and nobody gets hurt. My damn phone keeps going off. My brother's texting me, and this chick that we helped out, she got her car stuck in the mud going down a dirt road. She got stuck in some deep ass mud. Me and my brother went down there with the truck and got her pulled out. She was all jumping up and down. Thank you guys. You don't believe how much this means to me. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I mean, I ain't talked to her in years. We've been out of contact for years and years and years. And she's still looking. Oh my God, that girl. Oh my God. Anyway, that was my brother texting me.
All right, Carolina Portables doing a good job. 72, Napoleon, Ohio, operator John, speaking about.
Yeah, I got all of these roundup guys in here. I'm not hearing you. Right? We might have to find a quieter channel. Anyway, my damn phone blowing up. That's my brother texting me saying that she wants my number. Yeah, Standing Stone. Let me see if I can find a quieter channel. Yeah, I'm not really hearing much except for that Hogtown Radio Roundup. And these guys got some pretty big radio. Let me see if I can find us another find us a quieter channel. I know it ain't gonna be 37 or 38. Actually, 35 ain't bad. You want to try 35? Maybe I just gotta come down here now. Damn it. Yeah, 34 is always busy as hell, too. You want to try 32 lower? That's usually always pretty quiet for me. Right. I usually get that dude on 34. He spends all day going, hola, hola. Like for hours on end, hola. Like, is he capable of saying anything else?
We talk it up enough and squeal on them a little bit, they'll go away. I doubt it. They'll go away.
Hey, Standing Stone, let's try 32 lower. See if I can get away from that roundup. I'm only hearing the people doing the roundup. Conditions yet? That's still a little early for you out there. California. That's how it is a lot of times, ain't it? Like Mother Nature just flipped the switch. There it is. Either flip the switch or open the door. Whatever.
You on this frequency.
Easy or hot rod. Look at all the damn notifications. I just got like 4 damn notifications. What the hell's going on? 33 degrees. Holy shit. Really, the fire up the heat, help them radios get warmed up. I ain't used my heat yet this year. That's all I got's a little one of them little sunflower heaters that mounts to the top of a propane cylinder.
You almost ride back out of here for a while. Get back in here after a bit and go out and see what Lawson's doing.
Messing with you.
Watch a little TV, something like that.
Yeah, that's me pretty much all the time. I'm trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And every once in a while, somebody will come back to me with. Usually, it's just me talking into the mic and not getting nothing back. Nature of the beast, I reckon. And you got a cheap ass little antenna that don't put out. I want my Antron back. The only thing I haven't tried with that Antron since it got busted was I lost the top section and one of the ground plane radials. The only thing I haven't tried yet is taking the ground plane kit off of it and try using one of the ground plane radials as the top section. I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if it'll work or not. Probably not. I'll give it a shot, see what happens. But if that'll work, I'll just take it down. I got another mast out here. It's not quite as tall as the other one. I'll put the other mast up. Probably either off the corner of the shack over here or off the side of the house. Get me one of them little brackets and the little what you call it, eve mount. I think I'll get that little eve mount and put that mast up there on the doohickey with the A99 on it. If I can get it to work. I have a 102-inch uh, stainless steel whip that I thought about cutting down and use it for the top section. But I had a couple of people tell me that is really not a good idea. I don't know. I got to figure something out. If I can get these stereos fixed and turn around and sell that shit and get me a decent antenna. I need to sell that Skyway too. I still got my damn Skyway PMX, but with my back like it is, I can't ride on this. All I need it for is hanging up there in the rafters in the damn shed. Ain't doing anybody any good. I wonder what the hell's going to go on with this chick that we helped out in the mud last week. She texted my big brother, told him she wanted my number. Wonder what that's about. I know what I'm hoping it's about, but it's probably not that. Wait, who was that? All right, what channel are we doing? Where y'all at? $32. That's where I'm at. 32 low tag. Yeah. West Virginia in there. Yeah, I got to do something about it, damn time, man. Something got to change. Yeah, that shit over. But I got to get this stupid mask fixed too, because I got another 9 feet in that telescoping mast, but I can't pick it up. So you got to pick it up and line up the hole, and they got this weird ass little crooked pin that goes in the hole. So once you put the pin in it, it can't fall out on its own. But I just ain't got strength enough in my shoulder to hold up the rest of the mast with the antenna and the coax and guy wires, all of that shit. I can't hold it up and line it up with one arm and put the pin in it with the other arm. I just can't do it by myself. I tried several times. I just can't do it. And I can't get no help out here. My big bro, I mean, he's got a full-time job and he's got shit going on at home. You know, he just don't have time. And my other oldest brother, he's in worse shape than I am. I mean, he's damn near in a wheelchair. My dad would like to help, but I'm not putting his 82-year-old ass up on a ladder. No, he getting too old for that shit.
South Carolina. 118, South Carolina, 118.
11344 to 118 hollering at you. I'm not fucking hearing anybody, man. Damn it. Audio, hello, radio. Yeah, who we got out there?
South Carolina, 118, South Carolina, 118. On the sky, we try waving, South Carolina, waving.
That 118, is that Coyote out there?
Good to hear you, my friend. Good to hear you. I'm making right around South Carolina.
you talking to me or somebody else? There's Wisconsin. Is that 344? Okay, so 118 is all right. I got you. I got you. I heard you in there. Finally. I think the only other time we were on the radio was when you was out here. It's called when you brought that 148 out here, and I had you for a minute on your way home. And after that, I didn't know, which that happens. I got to do something about it. What was that? 135. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Ow, radio. What was that? Oh my God. I've heard Cowboy out there a few times, but shit got to be just right. UDX 786 around South Carolina train. See what my antenna. I just got this little Starduster right now. Well, it's basically a quarter wave dipole. But I'm looking at that serial Vector 4000. That's a 3/4 wave. And I mean, with that, the ears on that thing should be outstanding. I hear you in there, 344. 344, I hear you in there, 786, South Carolina waving. Damn it. 118 Coyote, I got you in there about S3, I think it is. Sounding pretty good, man. I think it was like S3, 2 maybe. I don't know. I can't really see the rear meter from there. Well, I appreciate you coming in there, man. All right, well, I got no damn there. There it goes. No, wait, no, there. God damn it. Ah, I gotta change this fucking mic out again. What do I do with that? I think this D104 hates me. Damn it. Damn it. Nothing I don't like about this thing, but you gotta take the damn screws out to get to the battery. Yes, the one good thing is I got the power pack to run it with, so I don't have to feed it batteries. I ain't working on this shit. I ain't care. Need to get you a little foot warmer there, Stevie. I hear you in there at 344. I'm in the middle of changing out a mic. I'll see if I can get there here in just a second. I'll get over here to undo this damn thing. I gotta work on this friggin' thing again. I think the damn key switch just started messing up. No. That'll work for this. Plug that in. Put that in. Forever damn tinkering with something, man. Can't get nothing to work. Gosh. Let me make sure the damn echo is turned up.
Yellow radio. Check, 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 check. Your basic test over. Check, check. Audio, hello radio. There it is. Working. Okay. Seven 747, is that what he said? Who that? Who that? That was 127, is that what he said? I didn't get that number. Try it one more time. Yeah, Cowboy, mine does the same thing. I mean, if I hook the radio straight without the amp, my SWR, I think it's like 1.4, 1.5, somewhere in there. But with the amp, it jumps up to like, I don't know, 2.3 or 4 maybe. Which everybody I talked to about it said that's pretty much normal. It's like a false reading. I need to check mine again without the amp. So I think something changed in that damn antenna because when I first put it up, I was doing good. Now, not so much. I got to see if I can get up there and try retuning the antenna and shit. Cause I'm thinking what my problem is I got some serious damn reflex coming back from that antenna. That's what's killing me. I forget exactly what it was, but I saw a chart one time that goes by, depending on what your SWR is what your power loss percentage is. But I forget the exact numbers. I think they were saying like a 1.4 is like a 4 or 5% loss in output or something like that. And the higher up you go, the worse it gets. So by the time you get up to like, if your SWR is like 2.2 or 2.5, your power loss is like 24 or 25%, something like that. I mean, it gets huge the higher up you go. I got to get this damn thing tuned up. I got to get these stereos fixed so I can make me some cash and go get that Vector 4000 or something similar. I gotta do something about a damn antenna. This little Stardust, I gotta go. I mean, I'll leave it hooked up probably on another radio. Buddy of mine was telling me one night, he's like, well, if you get you a new antenna, take that one up to the clubhouse and hook it up at the clubhouse and leave a radio up there. I'm like, why? There ain't nobody gonna talk in the damn thing. I've been trying for years, decades even, trying to get my family and friends and people into the damn radio. But so far, there's been zero interest. Nobody cares. You know, they think it's outdated, whatever. I don't know. They're just not interested, which kind of sucks. I mean, the only one I got anywhere close to local to me is Coyote. Other than that, I can't get nowhere unless it's Skip. Sometimes, even then, it's more often than not. I got nothing. I get out once in a while, get contact here and there. That's about it. Yeah. Oh, sideman fart. Damn coffee cup's empty again. You have to put your ass in the right way. They're between me and my coffee maker. There's not a good place to be. Yeah, but three's like a red zone, ain't it? I mean, that's risking. If you stay keyed up for any amount of time, you're gonna end up cooking the radio. That's not a good thing. I got to get mine lower. I got to get out there and see if I can't get it tuned up better. Something else that would help me would be new jumpers, but I want the damn LMR 400 jumpers. Them stupid things are like $45 a piece. I'm like, Jesus. And I need at least two of them. All right, Standing Stones. Thanks for coming in, man. We'll catch you next time. I'm gonna have to get your ass on the radio one day somehow. We need to make it happen, Kevin. What the hell is that? You see, every time I come down to a nice quiet piano, I always these damn people show up. Well, isn't that the point of the damn radio is people? yeah, this damn had to change this mic out again. I was trying to keep the D104 on the 980, and I was gonna leave the road noise one here, which is that one. I was gonna leave that one hooked to the 148 if I can figure this other antenna out and get it to where it's not stupidly high SWR. I was gonna leave that one hooked up with the other little 2-pill, so I didn't have to change nothing back and forth. But now I gotta work on the damn D104 again. I don't know if I'm gonna bother. I might just stick that bitch up on a shelf somewhere and forget about it. Get tired of taking the damn thing apart. Testing my patience.
No habla español. One five, okay. One of your D104s. See, that's my problem. I only got one. I'm forever working on the damn thing. And this one here, when I finally got it put back together, what was it, one day last week, I think. And I've been using it, but I had to leave it's got that 20 dB cut switch on the bottom. I had to leave the 20 dB cut switch turned on because with it turned off, it's like the mic, the head itself doesn't work. And when you key up, you hear this little crackly, like squishy sound in the talkback, and the mic doesn't work. So the damn switch is probably full of dust or something.
Oh, Roger, thanks for the check-in. Have a great day.
I'd like to get me another one because I like that mic, especially on AM. I do pretty good with it. I'll either have to fix this one again, figure out what's ailing it, and see if I can't fix it. Or no, I can't get another one. I mean, I ain't got the cash to play with. I do have a couple of other ones. I do have a couple of other desk mics. I got this ancient over Dynamite Plus, I think it is. It's a no, I can see. Model CA61. And I don't really care for that one because it takes AA batteries instead of a 9-volt. It takes 2 AA. So that was the one I got years ago in Connecticut when I bought the 2000 GTL, and they were running a deal. I got it from Copper Electronics in like 85, I think it was. They were running a deal if you bought the Cobra 2000 GTL and the extra speaker. So you had 2 speakers. If you bought the extra speaker, they threw in the Dynamite with it. So that's what I did back then. And the only thing I got left is the mic now. And I got this one's a Paradynamics model or something or other. But I could wire that one up too. And I got My old ass. I have had this particular mic since I was 16. My aunt, I was living in Connecticut. My aunt was living down here in South Carolina at the time. And for my 16th birthday, she sent me a two-berry big T, one with like the teal colored faceplate, the old 23 channel bass, well, bass mobile. She sent me that and this mic, Turner Super Sidekick. This thing been on the air for a long time, man. And I remember when I was like 7 or 8 years old, she was living in Dillon, South Carolina, and had that old T-Berry and a 1,000 watt base station amp and this mic. And she talked all over the fucking country with it. I remember her sitting in the kitchen. She had a little like breakfast table in the corner of the kitchen. Had the CB, the amp, the mic, and an ashtray. That was it. But I remember that from when I was like 7 or 8 years old. She was talking on that mic when she sent it to me for my 16th birthday. And I still got it. I need to wire that damn thing back up for this Washington, I think. But if I wire it for that, I could use it either on the Washington or the 980 or the 148. Yep, that is the mic I was talking about yesterday. Yep, that's the one. I could get a better look at it from farther away if I move the laptop. I got to be careful where I point the camera on that laptop because I got some shit out here that YouTube's not going to like. Yeah, I picked these up. I picked up these headphones. Well, headset, I guess. A little while back. There was some cheap little headset thingy with the boom mic and all that on it. I only got them for the headphones because I can't use the talkback on this radio with a power mic because all it does is squeal. The only thing I don't like about these is they got the end of the cord has that plug on it that plugs into this Y adapter. It's got separate plugs, one for the headphones and one for the mic. So I leave this on it and I don't use the mic, I just plug the headphones into the talkback in the back of the radio so I can hear what the mic sounds like without it squealing so bad. Cheap little shit. I think I got them at Fred's. They were like, I don't know. I don't even think it was like $10. Might have been like $8 or $9 or something. Cheap shit. I ain't got a whole lot. I mean, I'm not like 390 or 21 that got rooms full of shit. I don't have a whole lot. But what I got's mine, I guess. If I can keep it working, anyway. I don't know how good y'all can see this, but this is a 6x9 speaker out of my brother's car from years ago, and it's in a carpeted, like a little wedge-shaped box that I got the radio mounted to the top of the box. Nice. If the line level up, you can hear exactly what's going on with everything. If you switch out mics or whatever, you can compare how they sound and all that. Nice. That's what I should do, but I ain't got the. I don't have the what you call it. I don't have the gear to do all that. All I can do is plug the shit in the headphone jack.
Or technically external speaker jack, I guess. Rip that for car. What is that? There's the speaker box you're talking about? It's let's see if I can move this shit around without spilling my coffee. It's a carpeted box with the 6x9 in it, and it's wedge shaped in the back. It's just a little wooden box with gray carpet on it. Got the little hooked wires right there. My brother had them in his car years ago. He was driving a what was it? It was an 81 Grand Prix that he had put a 350 in it with the what you call it? Had the T-tops and the fin on the trunk lid and the hood locks and all of that shit in there. The stereo wasn't worth a shit, but the motor was hot as hell. And he redid the exhaust and everything, put dual exhaust and the Magnum mufflers and stuff on it. And when he was living in Abbeville, he worked second shift. So he was coming and going, you know, he was coming back really late at night. And he got pulled over, I think, like 3 times coming through town with them short ass pipes and the Magnum mufflers on that built 350. And that old Grand Prix, he come through town and that shit was loud as hell. And they have a noise ordinance in Abbeville. So after a certain time, I think it's like 9 o'clock at night, if your car is too loud or your music is too loud, they'll pull you over in a heartbeat, man. Tell you, turn that shit down. He got pulled over like 3 times with that car because it was too loud. So he ended up having to find another, a few of the back roads coming from, because he worked over here in Greenwood and was living in Abbeville, so he had to take all the rural like back roads and shit to go home, because every time he went through town in Abbeville to get home, he ended up getting tickets. Yeah, that 6x9 is my external speaker. I got another one that I'm going to mount that 148 GTL to. It's the matching, the same speaker, the same box, everything. I got a mate to it. I'm going to mount that 148 to the top of that one. But I got to find a plug. I know I got one here somewhere that I could plug into the external speaker. I just got to find the stupid plug. But your external in the truck is the factory gas location. Nice. When I put mine in my truck, I got a 4,000 watt pile, and I got a pair of these boxes with JBL 6x9s in them, and I got a pair of 10-inch kicker subs, and in my doors I got 2 6.5-inch speakers in both doors. But my external speaker from the radio, from the seeig in the truck, is hooked to my front, my driver's side front, one of my driver's side front door speakers. So if I got the radio on, I can turn the squelch up and still hear the stereo, still hear the music. But if somebody hollers at me on the radio and it climbs over the squelch, that comes out of my driver's side door speaker. But I got all that in a damn standard cab pickup. I mean, my pickup is just basic long bed. It's a standard cab. There ain't no sliding windows, none of that. Ain't no power windows, nothing like that. No power door locks, no power windows. Shit, now when I'm lucky, I got power steering. Yeah, I got 2 speakers in each door. I got 6x9s in the corners behind the seat. inside those, I got a pair of 10-inch kicker subs, and between those two subs, I got the 4,000 watt power unit. It funk's pretty good. My buddy of mine lives like 3/4 of a mile down the road from me. He's down this other little back road, dirt road. He's like 3/4 of a mile from here. He could always tell when I got home from work because he could hear my stereo coming. You hear that shit from 3/4 of a mile away. He's like, man, how are you not deaf? I don't know. Yep, that's mine. Standard cab. Only the power is the steering and the brakes. That's it. And I like it that way. I don't like power windows. You always get the damn, either the motor gives out or the regulator gets bent and the damn thing won't go up and down no more. Shit like that. It's just way too much trouble. I'd rather have the damn hand crank window. And another thing I like about mine is I actually have vent windows, the little triangle windows in the front. Perfect for sucking the ashes off your cigarettes while you're rolling down the road. Flick them out the window. Of course, I ain't doing cigarettes no more. I've been rolling up some of my pipe tobacco in these tubes when it's cold out here in the shack because I don't like to bring my pipes out of the house. I don't like to have them out here in the cold. And then they get hot when you smoke them. You know, it's a chance of splitting the bin, chance of splitting the bowl. I don't want to do that. Yep, smoker's windows. And I actually have a real ashtray built into the dash that flips down. And a cigarette lighter next to it, which is the lighter is right here. That's my boy. But I got it plugged in the front of my power supply over here. Because when it's cold out, these little Beck lighters, they don't like to work if it's real cold. It's a real tiny flame, you know. So I got my pipe tobacco rolled up in these tubes. I just stick this damn lighter in the front of my power supply and get it hot. Light it with that. I'm still doing the roundup. Well, I love mine too. Everybody that saw that truck when I came back here from Texas, I bought it in Texas while I was living out there. I came home to South Carolina after like 3.5 years. Everybody was like, man, that truck fits you. You can tell that's your truck just by looking at it. That's gotta be a hairball truck. I love my, it's a 81 C10 Silverado, long bay. But I put the stereo system in it. I put the CB in it. I got the aluminum diamond plate toolbox in the back. It's got my gas can, coolant, oil, tranny fluid, all that shit. I got a jack, tow chains, all that. I got all kind of shit stuffed in that damn toolbox. I would probably say the same thing if you pulled up in my driveway. I'm like, oh hell, look at here, there's Cowboy. I mean, mine's not much to look at. I mean, the paint's all faded and oxidized, and I mean, there's dents here and there, scratches everywhere. There's a crack in the windshield. That's my girl, though. Wouldn't trade her for nothing. – 40 years old and full of dents. Yep. Yeah, when I first came back, there was a dude that my big brother used to work with. And there was something going on with the truck. I forget what it was. It might have been the neutral safety switch or something like that. Something going on with it, and it just kept cutting off and wouldn't start again. And I finally got it to finally got it to start back up. Me and my brother ran out there to the guy's house. He's on the other side of the lake from here. We ran out there to his house to see him and see if he could, troubleshoot or whatever, figure out what the hell the deal was with the truck. I pulled up in the guy's driveway and my brother got out of the truck and the dude's like, "Big boy, how you been, man?" And he's talking and all that. I got out of the truck and he knew who I was, but it took him a second to recognize me because I hadn't seen him in a few years. He's like, "Oh, hey, how are you, man? You doing all right?" He's like, "This your truck?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Tell you what, I'll give you 3,500 right now, cash money." I'm like, "Nah, it's not for sale, man." First dude never even seen the damn truck before. He said, "I'll give you 3,500 bucks right now, cash money." I'm like, "No, not for sale." Like, shit, I just got out of the damn truck and dude wanting to buy it. Well, he knowing him, I mean, him and his brother they build what do you call it, drag cars and shit. So they know that, and he was a damn mechanic at a Chevrolet dealer for like 45 years or something like that. So he knows Chevrolets and motors and transmissions, all that. He was like the head mechanic at a dealership for 45 years. So knowing him, if I would have sold it to him, he would have got the body work done and shit and the paint and everything and rebuilt the motor, made it hot as hell. He'd have turned around and sold that thing probably for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. He would have made a killing off that truck. But it was all I had at the time, so I'm like, no, not for sale. Yeah, yelling at you on the freeway. Yep. I've had a few at gas stations and shit. I pull up to the pump and the guy at the other pump next to me, he's like, "That's your truck? That's a nice truck, man. You want to sell it?" Nope, not for sale. That's my girl. And I bought that truck, sat in a hayfield in Rising Star, Texas for 4.5 years. It just sat in the damn field. Nobody touched it for 4.5 years. And I started working for the guy that owned the ranch. And I asked him about it one day. I said, "What you doing with that old Chevrolet out back?" He said, "You want it? I'll make you a good deal on it." He ended up selling me that truck for 400 bucks. And I brought a fresh battery and some fresh gasoline from the house. Poured some gas in the carburetor, hooked the battery up. I turned that key 3 times. After a couple of minutes, it finally fired up and sat there idling and idling and idling for like 20 minutes. It kept running. I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. For 400 bucks, I'll take it. That was in 2009. I've been driving it ever since. I mean, I've done a lot of shit to it, like the intake and intake, carburetor, brake, vacuum booster. As far as the tranny, I did the modulator valve, speedometer gear, fluid filter and pan gasket. I put universals in the drive shaft. I've done a bunch to it. Put a radiator in it. I went and got the high put out alternator and the Optima Yellow Top heat cycle battery, which is what I'm running right now. That's running this little 3.8 amp right here battery. But I got that on a maintainer to keep it built up. I mean, I put a lot of shit in that truck. That's why I call her Truckenstein. I actually have a vinyl decal on the back window. Goes across the bottom of the back window. It says Truckenstein. It's my Truckenstein. It's got parts from shit, probably 6 other trucks in it. Some of them new, some of them not. Oh, and I've put 2 complete sets of brakes on it, including calipers. I do have the front end kit, the whole front suspension kit, the coil springs, bushings, tie rod ends, ball joints, the whole damn kit, the complete front end kit, all with polygraphite bushings that I never got around to putting the damn thing in there because I don't want to do that until after I do the motor. I don't know if I want to rebuild this one or get another one. I might just end up getting another motor. I want to put a 4-bolt 350 in it. But problem is coming up with the catch. But that's my ultimate goal for that is a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed overdrive behind a 4-bolt 350 and 2.5 inch 2.5 inch Flowmaster dual exhaust and mufflers and shorty headers. I want to get all that shit. I might get around to it one day. Back full of please. Probably mice. Old field mice living in it. I had them in that one too. That was something else I put in mine was a seat. I got a seat out of another truck because the driver's side of mine, all of the springs in the seat were broke, so it was like sitting in a big ass hole in the seat. I'm like, nah, this shit gotta go. Well, I got another one out of a parts truck and put in there. My truck is red. All the interior and everything's red, and the seat I got in it is blue. But I found this website that custom makes seat covers for any vehicle, and I got that custom fit seat cover made with the outside edges and the stripe up the middle are black, and the middle of the backs and the seats where you sit are red. So the red matches the dash, and the rest of it's black. I got that seat cover for it was just over $100, I think, to cover up that blue seat. Well, the blue seat looked funny in that red truck. But now you can't see it because the whole seat cover, I mean, it covers the whole entire back all the way down to the bottom. It covers everything. And it's in 2 pieces, so you can still flip the seat forward and back and not worry about pinching the damn seat cover. Oh, 1 mile per gallon. 460 big block. Holy shit! Yeah, I couldn't afford to feed that one. I had one that was had a 460 in it. No, that my boss had it. He had a 79, I think it was. He had a 79 Ford with a 460 in it, big ass 4x4. And at the time, I had a 78 Ranger XLT with a 302 in it. And he wanted to trade. I'm like, dude, you don't pay me enough for me to drive a damn 460. He's like, yeah, fair enough. He wanted to trade up title for title. He wanted that 78 with the 302 and wanted me to take that big ass 460 4x4. I'm like, nah, I don't want that. He don't pay me enough to keep gas in the damn thing. And it was a nice truck. Yep, pass anything but a gas station. That's exactly it. Mine ain't bad. I mean, this little 305, it does pretty good. I'm still getting like 11 or 12 miles per gallon on it. But damn, I mean, the rings are friggin' shot. I mean, it barely stays running anymore. Spitting smoke everywhere. The whole damn rings and shit are shot. I don't know if I want to. I thought about either boring that one 20 over and freshen that one up and put it back in. And while I got it out and all tore apart, check the cam and the crank bearings and all that shit. But I don't know if I want to do that or just drop a 350 in it. I had a dude, a guy I worked with out here outside of Greenwood. I went over to his guy. He's got a guy that's like a mechanic. He doesn't have a shop. He just works out of his house and shit. Front yard full of cars. we went over there talking to that guy, and I asked him about a 350. He said, I got one in that dually right there that I'll sell you. I said, yeah, how much we talking? He said, probably about 1,500. I'm like, 1,500 for what model is that? He said it was like an 85 or some shit, 85 or 86 Silverado dually. But it had the 350 in it. They wanted 1,500 bucks for the damn 350. And that wasn't counting putting it in. That was just selling me the motor for $1,500 for a mid 80s fucking 350. And I was like, nah. I'm like 1,500 bucks for another grand. I could get a crate motor to drop in the Sunday. And I asked him when was the last time he heard it run. He said, I've never heard it run. It's been sitting here 7 years and I ain't even messed with it. I'm like, you got like a 1985 or 86 truck that you got from somebody else 7 years ago and haven't touched it since. And you don't even know if the damn thing runs or not. And you want $1,500. I'm like, nah, I'm good. That's what I was thinking because I was looking at crate motors. This was about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I was looking around at some different crate motors and shit, and I found it was a 350 horsepower 4-bolt 350, and it was like $2,200, I think. But the thing was, if I ended up getting it, I would have had to have it delivered somewhere in town at like a what the hell's the name of that shit where you get motors and trannies and stuff? Jasper, I think it was. I had to get it through Jasper. And I called around a couple of places that I knew, they got the sign out front, the Jasper sign out front. I called a couple of places and they're talking about, one of them said a percentage of what I, if I paid so much for the motor, they get a percentage for having it shipped to them and then I go pick it up. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. And another dude said he wanted like $600 and something just for them to ship it to his damn shop, and I'd have to come pick it up. I'm like, that ain't worth a shit to me. I ain't paying another $600 just to have the damn thing delivered to your shop, and then I still got to come get it. Nope, I ain't doing it. I'll find something else. Yeah, it can get pretty spendy. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot. I got some aftermarket shit on mine, like the radiator, the intake, the alternator. That's the intake. I got the plug wire wounds. I got carburetor. I got the brake vacuum booster and vacuum booster and master cylinder. But oh yeah, and I got the thermostat and the water jacket. There was a couple of other things, but most of my shit that I put on there is all Edelbrock because for the quality, I mean, it's the prices are good enough. But I ended up having to get the high rise intake because the carburetor I bought the what's called the butterflies underneath were hitting the damn top of the intake. So I had to get the open plumbing high rise intake. But I got that old Edelbrock to 1460, I think. I think that's what it is, 1460 or 1480, something like that. Little Edelbrock carburetor. That automatic choke, pain in the ass. I missed my manual choke, man. I had the cable sticking out of the dash under the steering column. So you could pull that cable to choke it and just turn it over one time and then push the cable back in and off you go. This automatic choke damn thing don't want to start when it's cold. I wish I could get that manual choke back. It does all right though. Once you get it fired up, it does. All right. I mean, shit, that old 3-speed automatic tranny. She don't like to go real fast, but she likes to go. I mean, she'll pull a trailer all fucking day long like it ain't even back there. You don't even know you're pulling nothing. She just don't. It's anything more than 60. She's like she don't like it. She gets hot and starts raising hell. She don't like to get over 60 miles an hour for any amount of time. And she does all right. She's in good shape other than the rings and the tranny's getting tired. But I'd like to drop a 4-bolt 350 and a 5-speed manual in that bitch. And be, I got all of the hookups are there for the manual. I just need if I do put the manual in it, I just need the clutch pedal and the linkage and shit. All of the brackets to mount everything are there. It's got the shit on the firewall where the pedal hooks to and all that. All that's there. I just don't have the pedal or the linkage. And the shit lever repair. I'll get there one day. I kind of miss my dad's old truck. My dad had a 73. That old 73 C10. What was it? Had a 305 in it too, and it was a 3 on the tree. There ain't a whole lot of people left alive could drive that one. I drove the shit out of that thing. That's actually what I took my driving test with in Connecticut when I was a teenager. I took my test with that fucking old 3-speed on a column. Then the dude that was testing me, he's like, "You drove this thing before, haven't you?" Yes, sir. I'm like, who the hell can drive a 3 on the tree anymore? My oldest brother took his driving test when he was 16 or 17. He took his driving test to get his license with a 1966 International 2.5-ton dump truck. That big 100 grain son of a bitch. That's what he took his driving test with. I never got a chance to drive that when I was too little. It's been a while since I drove a 3 on the tree. My dad still says, man, if I could still drive, if they didn't take my damn license away, because he's about half blind, he can't see no more. So they ended up taking his license because he couldn't get it renewed. He's like, man, if I was still driving, I'd still be driving that 3 on the tree. I love that truck. But it was a damn good one. It was a working son of a bitch, man. You couldn't kill that truck. It would do anything you wanted to. Wouldn't do it in a hurry, but it would do it. I think mine's pretty good, other than the tired ass training and the shot rings. About it. Everything else, I think I pretty much got straightened out. Yeah, I imagine dude was kind of surprised because most people back then they would use like mom's car or Aunt Mary's car or some shit, some little automatic shit box. That 66 International was a 2.5-ton dump truck with a dual rear wheels, and it was a 4-speed with a split rear. That was a working son of a bitch. I mean, damn. We used to haul firewood for people. We'd haul firewood, manure, furniture, anything you needed. I mean, the old man was for hire, and us three kids were his help. You know, we got paid. We most times we got paid, and like we never actually got paid cash money, but you know, he would take us out to eat somewhere for lunch or shit like that for helping him. But the worst thing I hated, there was a few times where he'd have somebody call and ask him about taking down an old barn, like an old hay barn or something like that, or a garage that was falling in. You know, wasn't worth rebuilding, so they'd want to tear it down. And we'd go up there and rip that shit down and load it all up in the truck, and he'd back up in the yard at the house and just dump it all in a big ass pile in the fucking yard. And it was up to us to sort the shit out, take the nails out of all the boards, nails and screws and shit, cut it up stove lengths so we could use it for kindling in a wood stove. Shit like that. I don't know how many times I got nails up through my damn feet crawling in that fucking pile of lumber. I stepped on a big ass nail one time. It was like right behind the joint between my big toe and my second toe on my right foot. And I stepped down on that son bitch, and it came out the top of my shoe. It went all the way up through my foot and out the top of my shoe. That was a little sore for a few days after that. Big ass hole in my foot. That was sore for a little while.
Oh, okay. Copy the 41. Well, here, I'm in North County, Southern California. It's ascending from Huntington Beach, West Coast.
Huntington Beach.
I got radio. About an hour back in the bush.
Oh shit. Pile up. Damn. Specifically looking for West Coast radio. Well, that's not me. I'm on the wrong side over here. Damn, man, that sucks. At least he did hear you, though. I get a lot of that. They just barely hear me enough to pick out part of the numbers, but can't really hear all of it, you know. They might be slowing down a little bit. You're all gonna hang out for a few. I gotta run in the house for just a minute. I don't want to be that. Oh, damn, that's annoying. We're between 10. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you running the same over here, man. And 739, no doubt about it. Anyway, 492 around the grassy knoll. Around that grassy knoll.
on the grassy knoll. So it was you. Damn, I've been at this shit for over 2 hours. Crap. I didn't realize it'd been so long. Number 42 on the check-in. Nice, man. Nice, man. Dude, quit moving your clarifier while you're talking. We had to try about 37 times. Yeah, I believe it. It's hard to get in there, man. There's a bunch of them all piled up at the same time. I don't know how the hell 605, I think it is. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he keeps track of all that, man. This shit would make my brain hurt. 607 Puerto Rico, I hear him all the time, too. I gotta run in the house for a minute. I'll be right back. Probably a couple of minutes. I'll be right back, y'all.
All right, I'm back. Sorry I took so long. I got halfway to the house and my damn lungs gave out. I had to hit my little, I had to hit my little breathing treatment thing. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, everybody checking in at the same time.
Everybody wanting to be first, I guess. Like the traffic around here in Greenwood and shit, nobody knows how to work a four-way stop or nothing. Nobody wants to wait their turn. It's like, me first, me first, me first. Bunch of non-driving knuckleheads. That shit sucked. I got halfway to the house. Went in there to get a cup of coffee. Damn lungs gave out like somebody put a giant C-clamp on my chest. Couldn't breathe. I hate it when that happens.
Hey, thank you much, man. 73. If your rig's working great, so your antenna was right on. 9+, Minnesota up here. All right, 964 out. All right, 21 Tennessee. Hey, thanks for the way back to the 5 on audio. Contact 21 in Tennessee. Swinging the same around. Boy, big signal on the frequency today. Radio Canada 88, saying 73.
Yeah, I can't normally get Tennessee either Foxman or Dallas. I hear them both out there all the time, but I can never get to them. I guess they're just too close. I get them, but they can't hear me. Dallas, I think most of the time when I hear Dallas, it's like a backscatter off his beams.
4100 Louisiana.
I want pizza, but I don't want to have to. I don't want to go to town. Trying not to go anywhere today. I don't feel like messing with it. Yeah, steamy. A little steamy cup of coffee. Big ass coffee cup. That's not a cup, that's a jug. Have a jug of coffee. Oh damn. He actually waited for you to finish your convo with somebody else before he called out to you. Jesus. That's rare. That almost never happens. Somebody with some actual radio etiquette. That's a rare breed indeed. Usually everybody's just keying all over everybody else, talking at the same time. That's hard to have an actual conversation, man. Just everybody at the same time doing their thing. Well, that's it. Sweet nectar of the gods. I'm gonna try something here. I'll figure out how to. Is that all you do is just point at something and click it to put it up on the screen? I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. There it is. Cowboy, sweet nectar of the gods. Well, how do you put it? I guess. Wait. Easy enough, I suppose. I kind of like this too, because if you're depending on what with the StreamYard thing, depending on what platforms you connect it to, it tells you up here on the bar at the top. It tells you where you're at. Like right now, I got my YouTube avatar with the little play button down in the corner, so that lets me know that I'm streaming to YouTube. So if I were to add it like Facebook and shit too, it would have all those up there, so you can tell at a glance where your stream is at. Kind of cool. I mean, it's pretty cool shit for being free. Free damn streaming software. It's not. I didn't have to install nothing. It's browser based, so it works right in the browser. You don't have to do nothing else. It's all right there. I kind of like it. Now, if you'd asked me a year ago if I was going to do live streams, I'd be like, nah, I ain't spending all that shit. Get out of here. Live stream. What the hell? finally broke down and decided to give it a shot. And me, so far as coffee goes today, since I was up at like between 5 and 5:30, I made a pot in the house and drank all that. Then I came out here and made another pot and drank all that. I just now went in the house and got me another single cup. I got one of the little, I got the coffee maker I got in the house does the pot or the single cups like the Keurig K cups or whatever it is, but I don't buy those. I got a reusable plastic one with a screen in it that I put my own regular coffee in it, so I'm not using all of these plastic cup, plastic cup, plastic cup, plastic cup. I don't use those because they're filling up the damn landfills. So I don't use the plastic, the throwaway ones. I got me a couple of reusable ones that they're the same size. You just put a little spoon of coffee in it, and it does a single cup. But I just dump it in the trash can, rinse it off, and it's ready to go next time. Reusable, what's it called? Reusable K cup, or whatever they call them. Yeah, reading JT like shit. JT, I think, went to something else. I forget what he called it. It was like Prism or something like that. I forget. But he switched from, he started out with StreamYard, but I think he's using something else now. I want to get in there with Reed, but his shit is so late at night for me. I mean, for me, it's like 2 o'clock in the damn morning. I don't stay up that late. I mean, I don't go to bed early, but I ain't up at 2 in the morning either. Yeah, I like to put the whole beans too, grinding my own beans. But I don't always do it. I'm where I'm at right now financially. I gotta watch things. You know, I get shit to try and stay over the store brands, all that, that kind of thing. But I do like grinding the whole beans. Actually, the coffee maker I have out here in the shack is an old Cuisinart my aunt gave me years ago, and it's got a built-in grinder in the top. So you fill up the grinder with your beans, and then pour your water in next to it, and close the top. And then when you turn it on, it fires up the grinder, grinds all the beans, and shoots them down into the basket, and then it brews the pot. I mean, it's cool. It's loud as shit when it's grinding them, but it's a cool coffee maker. And it's got a little stainless steel thermal carafe on it. That shit will keep a pot of coffee hot for like 4 or 5 hours. Which I like it, because when I had it in the house before I brought it out here, because I was using this one in the house, but then I got the new one for the house, I don't know, 2 years ago. I got the new one for the house a couple of years ago and brought this one out here because of the stainless steel carafe and shit. And I don't have to leave it plugged in all the time to keep the coffee hot. You know, it'll stay hot for at least like 4 hours. But I mean, it don't take me 4 hours to drink a whole pot of coffee. That shit don't last anywhere near that long. But it's pretty cool. My aunt gave it to me a few years ago. And it's a Cuisinart. She always buys that $high fancy shit for her kitchen. And she got all the cool gadgets, like the old big ass, I forget if it's a Sunbeam or a KitchenMaid, one of them, that big ass fucking stand mixer that you could use for a cement mixer if you had to. That damn thing got like a 3 horsepower fucking motor in it. But she buys all of the good shit for her kitchen, and she went and got a new coffee maker and gave me this one. I'm like, what's the damn round thing in the top? She's like, oh, that's the grinder. You just put your filter in the basket and then close up the basket. And then you open the top and put your beans in the grinder and put the lid on it, pour your water in there, and hit the button. So it grinds them all up, and there's like a little chute that goes from the grinder down into the basket. It shoots the ground up beans into the basket, and then it brews the pot of coffee into that stainless steel carafe. It'll keep it hot for a few hours. Something I haven't done yet with these live streams. I don't know if I switch to another tab in the browser. Is it still going to be running? Portugal. Holy shit, 378 Portugal. I'm gonna try something here and see if it's still gonna be running if I switch tabs here for a second. I think it would. If I can get my people up to work. Come on now. Damn it. Portugal, yeah, there ain't no damn way I'm getting to Portugal. I don't hear him out there now, and I forgot what his number was.
A lot of traffic in the channel. Well, it's a weekend. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for the reply. I'm going to stay a little bit low here off the mic to see if the propagation is set up a little bit and back into the contact with the better conditions a little bit later. Is it 378 Portugal? Wishing yeah,
378, is that what it says? And I can't. I don't want to turn it up any louder because I don't want it too loud in the stream. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear the fan in the camp over here or not. I can't tell. I wish I had a thing up here where it showed you what your mic was doing without having to go into the settings room. It looks like it's picking up the radio pretty good. I don't have no. I don't have like multiple cameras and like mixers and none of that. I just got the damn laptop. That's it. Laptop and seeig radio. Hey, yo, how's it going? 786 out in the sticks. Waving the name. And I don't know if that's Mexico or South America, one of them that's always on AM up here, and they always do that little, you get that little like whistly sound in there because you can hear them. I guess you can hear their carrier on AM. coming over to the side man. Five one in the northwest corner. Where was the other dude? Texas, I think he said. 4-7. It's yeah. I ain't gonna get it. I try every time I hear him out there, but I can never get it.
I see that DH radio shot. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Tucson. Tucson.
On that realistic.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear Dallas a lot of times on different channels here and there, but I can never get back to him. I guess he got his beam pointed elsewhere. He ain't looking this way. I'm what, southeast of him. Tennessee, well, mostly east, I guess. He's in Manchester, I think, Tennessee. If I remember right. Well, if he's not pointed at you and he's not pointed at me, he must be either straight north or straight south. And I'm east of him and you're west. You got to be somewhere in between. I don't know, dude, with the echoes booming. I don't know who it is. I wonder what that stuff is. I hear it all the time, and you can actually, depending on what kind it is, them weird sounds that come rolling through there. I've followed it down. I've heard it on like 38 or 39 before, and then I just happened to switch down a channel, and it did it again. And I switched down another channel, it did it again, and switched down another channel, went all the way down to channel 29, and it was still doing it. It would go by, and you flick the channel, it goes by again. You flick the channel, it goes by again. Yeah, see, I got no problem with echo, but it's as long as it's like not over. I don't know how to put it. Not too much of it. You know what I mean? Like if it's repeating every single syllable that you say, it's hard to make people out sometimes if they got too much of it in there. But if it's like just in the background, just a little bit in the background, that's fine. I got no problem with that. Like where I run mine, I got this little handheld mic that Coyote gave me. It's got echo in it, and I only run it about. Let's see, I put the delay at almost 2, and the actual echo volume is at like 1 or 1.5. Like you can barely hear it. When I do use it, I don't always use it. I want to get into the damn extra channels. My Washington's got them, but I can't. I don't know where I'm going without a frequency counter. I have no clue what the hell channel I'm on. That and the unlock clarifier, I don't know. I can't. Just basically can't use the shit without a frequency counter. It's useless. I can't use it without the frequency counter. The freak counter. They're the freak. They're the freak. They're the freak. That's a freak. He's a freak. She's a freak. Yeah, I've heard Motormouth Mall use echo a lot, but his isn't really pronounced either. It's like in the background behind him, so you can understand him good. Yeah, the sidebanders, they do complain about echo, and Roger beeps. I mean, they'll jump on you about a Roger beep. But yeah, I'll run it on AM all the time. Same with the Roger beep on the D104, because I don't know what it is about the Roger beep on that damn D104. To me, it sounds fucking obnoxious. I mean, it's like really loud out front, and it lasts for too long, in my opinion. I'd love it if it was a shorter beep, just a real quick beep, and that was it, you know. But this one's like beep. It's longer duration. I wish it was shorter. I don't use it much, and when I do use it, it's only on AM. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of shit. He's got like damn studio set up out there. I would like to have Mr. Dennis's set up from OTR. He's got a good rig over there. I mean, he sounds freaking immaculate, man. That shit sounds good. Sunday use only. So that's tomorrow. We get to use our Roger beeps tomorrow. Yeah, today is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, 18. Yeah. So, Cowboy, you the only one left in here, or what? I guess everybody else got stuff to do. Yeah, I think he is in an actual radio station. A real fucking radio station. Not like not like what I got. I mean, I wish you guys could see this. Well, what I call a bar is actually like a piece of countertop that I got off of a remodel job years ago. And I have it sitting on wooden crates, machine crates from where my brother works. I got 3 of them, one flat against the back wall, and the other 2 are end to end, turned 90 degrees from the one on the end. So I got like an L shape of these 3 machine crates with the countertop sitting on top, and on the behind it, I put some. The crates are sitting on their own little pallets, and the skids on the bottom of the pallets. I screwed 2x4s to the skids. There's 3 of them, one at the top, one in the middle, one on the bottom. I screwed the 3 2x4s across them to tie the crates together, and then put the countertop on top of it, and I flushed it up with the back. And behind the edge of the countertop, I have a 5.5 foot vertical 2x6 that's screwed to the 2x4s behind the countertop. So it's standing up behind the bar, and has I got a 31-inch little Vizio TV mounted to a swivel bracket on that 2x6, and I'm using that TV as a second monitor for my laptop. So while my laptop is pointed over here looking at the radio, my other monitor is up there. So I'm watching y'all up here. Actually, you can see the corner of the monitor right there. That's the very bottom corner. Yep, that's exactly it. You got to work with what you got, man. That's it. That's exactly what I did here, because I've been rattling this shit around in my head for years, trying to figure out. I want to do the bar, but I don't know exactly how I want to do it. I wanted to do something that looked good, something that looked like an actual, like, old timey hotel, like a $high hotel bar with the brass rail on the floor and all that, and the nice pretty wood grain everywhere. I wanted to do something like that, but I'm like, man, I ain't got money for all that. I got to figure out something else. So I've been thinking about it for years. I mean, this damn chunk of countertop is an 8-foot long chunk of countertop. Has been up in the rafters of this damn shed for got to be at least 10 years. It's just been hanging up there in the rafters. And I'm like, man, I gotta bring that thing down. I gotta do my bar, but how the hell am I gonna do it? And I didn't really have material for what I wanted to do. Can't afford to buy material. But I had 6 of these damn machine crates sitting out there in the weeds behind my camper, which eventually I want to put the radio room in the camper so I can have my shed back for storage. But I took 3 of them crates and tied them all together and put up that vertical 2x6 that I cut down out of a piece that was left off a job, and mounted a TV on it. And it's on a swivel bracket, so I can point it up or down or left or right, depending on where I'm sitting or standing. I can move it around so I'm at a good angle no matter where I go. But I'd like to get I wanted to do something, something that looked good, something good looking, something not really like super fancy, but something decent looking that would be comfortable to hang out, But then I thought about it. I'm like, dude, the piece of countertop you got is the same shit they sell at Lowe's. It's cheap as hell. It's not a fancy countertop, and it's used from a remodel. So it's got little knife marks, and there's a burnt spot on the end down there where somebody, I guess, took a pan off the stove and set it on the counter and burnt the damn spot in the countertop. But I ain't worried about all that. But I just figured, it'll be good enough. I just put it on these damn crates because I stood them up so they're standing on end and they're square. They're all square, so they're all the same size, top to bottom and left to right. And they're deep enough that I got big plastic totes full of stuff. I got a couple of those stuffed under there out of the way. And it's good enough, man. It's comfortable to sit at. It's a good height. You can either sit down or stand up. It doesn't matter. It's the right height. It's big enough I got 3 of my radios, 2 amps, a meter, pencil holder, coffee pot, paper towel holder, and they've still got, there's still plenty of room. You can put your elbows out or whatever. It's good enough. Ain't like nobody's going anyway. I don't ever see anybody. Pretty much just me and my radio. That's it. That shit got me wondering where my brother texted me earlier and said that girl wanted my number. I wonder what she wants. Get that shit stuck in my head now. Like, why the hell does she want my number? Why my number? Why?
Needle Bender 347, Needle Bender 24 in Northern Ireland. Hello over there.
Alex is still out there.
Yeah, hold on, Tom. Yeah, well, just on the radio,
I mean, I could,
just got back a bit late.
no, that's a pain in the ass because I got the HDMI cable and all that hooked to it. I could unplug the laptop and give you a quick look at it, but it ain't much to look at anyway. It'll do. All the girls want my number. Yeah, they ain't nobody wanted my number for a lot of years, man. Back in the day, I was a player, but not anymore. I done got too old and fat now. Too old and fat and half crippled. But I will still tear it up if I get a chance. Ain't no doubt about that. I just got tired of the games and shit, man. The high expectations and I mean, you're a damn adult. Speak your mind. You know, don't be dropping hints and then get mad when I don't get the hint. You're a fucking grown ass adult. If you want something, tell me you want something. Sitting here trying to read minds and guessing and shit. I don't deal with that. Say what's on your damn mind. Don't be dancing around topics and shit like that. I just got tired of the whole damn thing. I mean, if something comes my way, fine. I'll I'm cool with that. I'm not out there actively hunting for a partner. It ain't worth it. But I mean, back in the day, I was a player, but nowadays, I mean, I'm half crippled. I done got old, got put on a bunch of weight. I mean, I was wearing, even 2019, when I was still working at Sears, I was wearing 33 jeans. And now I have a hard time getting in 38. So I'm damn near a 40. I'm like, damn it, man. The boss man lost the franchise and handed it to somebody else. And the other dude didn't know how to run the damn franchise. He ended up losing it. So I got fucking laid off. Well, technically, I got laid off. And then the guy didn't want to file for the shit. And I couldn't get unemployment. So I'm like, you know what? I am not fighting this coke fiend fucking. I mean, this dude and his wife would be in the back office at the store during business hours doing lines on the desk in the back office. I'm like, really? Are you serious? Fucking idiot. I'm not surprised at all he lost the damn franchise. But the guy I worked for before him, a guy named Pat, he was cool shit. The best boss I ever had. All he had to do was let me know what he wanted done that day, and it would get done. Other than that, I hardly ever saw him. The perfect fucking boss. Oh yeah, that's too much work. I mean, a lot of them. I won't say most. I won't say all. I won't say most, but a lot of women out there nowadays are just about like, what do you got for me? What's in it for me? They want the fucking, the dude with the 6-pack abs, 6 feet tall, nice house, yard full of nice cars, all of this shit, perfect teeth, and then they hang around for a bit and get bored and go find somebody else. It ain't worth it. Let's say exactly like you said, it's not worth it. Nope, ain't playing it. I mean, it's like they don't give a shit about your personality or how big your heart is, or none of that. How, what kind of person you are. It's what's in it for me. What's in it for me? What do you got for me? Well, let me ask you this. What is your ass bringing to the table? They don't want to hear that. They get mad. I mean, they got all of these expectations and sometimes demands. I mean, you got to be this way. You got to do that. You got to be that way. But I mean, you ask them, so what are you offering? What are you bringing to the table? You want to know what's in it for you? What's in it for me? And then they get fucking mad and walk away. They don't want to hear that shit. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not getting into this one-sided bullshit. No. I'm too old to be screwing around with that shit. I'm done with the game. You can be straight up with me, and I got no use for you. I mean, I got a couple of numbers I could call. If it was just about straight up sex and that was it, I got a couple numbers I could call anytime. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, sex is awesome, but it ain't just that. There got to be more to it than that. For me, anyway. Yeah, that's exactly it. A man's worth is based on what can you provide for me. It's all based on his income, how much money he's got, what kind of house you live in, what kind of car you got. It's all fucking superficial bullshit. Nobody cares about, what kind of person you actually are, or how kind you are, or your personality. None of that matters. It's all about what can you do for me. I don't need that shit. I don't need none of that shit. I'm done with it. Well, I mean, right now I guess I'm getting to the age where, I mean, yeah, sex is awesome, but I want to curl up on the couch with a blanket and a good movie after a decent meal, shit like that, companionship. You know what I mean? I mean, I could get my wick wet anytime. I'm looking for a little bit more than that. Anyway, how the hell did we get on this? Oh, that's right. Me wondering why that chick wants my number. I know how to find her because she's my oldest brother has got her on his Facebook friends, and I know her name, so I could find her through his friends if I really had to. But I'm just curious how she wants. I ain't talked to her shit. Gotta be going on 20 years. Gotta fucking be going on 20 years. 15 at least. But then she got her car stuck, and my other brother, he texted me. He's like, "You want to give me a hand for a minute?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What do you need?" Because he knows anytime he calls, I'm right there. What do you need? And he's like, "Rescue mission." I was like, "Who are we rescuing and where?" He said, "Oh, somewhere off of 5 Notch Road. We got to go find her." I said, "Who's her?" And he told me who it was. I'm like, "Oh shit, how's she doing? Why the hell she got her car stuck in the fucking mud way the hell out of here?" Turns out she was looking for something. She was looking for a specific tree that she had seen years ago and was wondering if it was still there because she wanted to paint it. She's a painter. She wanted to paint that particular tree, and she was out there looking for it to see if it was still out there. Like this weird, twisted up, unique looking tree that she wanted to paint. She went out looking for it and got her car stuck in the damn mud. I mean, buried to the floorboard up in fucking mud. She was just stuck. And we went out, me and my brother went out there with the truck, hooked up the chains and shit, pulled her out of the mud. That was a week and a half ago. And now he's texting me this morning and saying that she wants my number. I'm like, well, I don't have a number. But he said, well, how am I texting you if you don't have a number? I'm like, you're texting me because you have an iPhone and my email address and my contact info. That'll make an iMessage work, but it has to be an iPhone. If somebody's got an Android, I can't text them because it won't go through. It won't send to an Android. They have to have an iPhone and they have to have my email address in their contacts for it to work. And there's only 2 people that have it. I don't know about a cape. I mean, I did throw a flannel on. I got an old flannel shirt, quilted flannel with a hood on it. That's what I wore out there. I've had that damn thing for shit, probably 20 years. I love that fucking jacket, man. It's awesome. Like a quilted flannel shirt with the 2 breast pockets, the 2 side pockets, got a hood on it. The thing is badass. I ain't had no cape, though. Super bro. Anytime bro needs something, I'm right there every time. And he's the same way. If I need something from him, if he's not at work at the time, he's right there. What do you need? What do you need? Which is the way. I mean, it's family. It should be that way, but it shouldn't be taken advantage of either. On the other hand, shouldn't be taken advantage of. I mean, I can understand helping somebody out, but don't abuse it. You know what I mean? But anytime he needs something, I'm right there. Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? What do you need? Me and both of my brothers always been like that. We all got each other's backs. I got to get into settings on this damn computer and see if there's a way I can focus that camera. This stupid built-in webcam, it never did work right. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Holy crap! Wait a minute. Damn, coming up on 1:30 for me. Anyway. Probably on my stomach's rumbling at me. But yeah, brothers need to stay tight. Now me, out of me and my 2 brothers, there's 3 of us. I'm the youngest. The middle one lives on my same property behind me. He's out in the back. My oldest brother lives in Greenwood. It's about, I don't know, 15 minutes from here, something like that. But me and my oldest brother have always been tighter than me and my other brother. Because the middle brother, he was always, even as kids, we'd be out playing football or sledding or skiing in the snow or, off at the swimming hole somewhere. He was always at home in his room with a book. He was always reading books, always with the books. And he still is. He's got rooms full of fucking books. I mean, I like to read too, but with him, it was always about the books. He wasn't much into hanging out. But me and my oldest brother I mean, we've been like like that. I mean, you can never separate us. We've always been tight, always right there. But the middle brother, I mean, he's good the same way. If I need something, he's there. If he needs something, I'm there. But we were really tight like me and my oldest brother. Me and my oldest brother, I mean, you can't get no more brother than that. I mean, that's my big bro, man. They're both my big bro. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm the youngest, was always tightest with the oldest one, and okay with the middle one. Still my brother, still my big bro. Actually, everything I learned about working on cars and shit, I learned from my oldest brother. We were always together. Shit, we still are most times. I wanted to get his ass to move back out here closer, but I guess he's happy in that little. He's got a little apartment in Greenwood. I guess he's happy over there. Glad to be away from certain shit that was going on out here. But wanted to be off by himself, I guess.
I wish you a very, very, very nice day. Hope to meet you again. Ciao, ciao.
But I do a lot of shit for him all the time because he doesn't have a car right now. So like when his check comes in, I take him shopping and all that junk, running around paying bills, whatever. I take him to do his thing. Get to hang out for a while, just drink a couple of beers, throw some darts, whatever. Damn it. Friggin' coffee cup's empty again. Some bitch must have a hole in it. Whatever. Now, I do have some family, like cousins and stuff, that I haven't seen since I was a kid. I mean, like a little kid. And a few years back, uh, one of them found me on Facebook. Actually, he's the youngest one too. There's my dad's brother, my uncle, his kids, my cousins. The youngest one found me on Facebook, and he sent me a message. I got a message in my inbox on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Well, damn man, I ain't seen you in forever. How you been?" He's like, "Look, I had this thing come up," and I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." First fucking thing he did was ask me for money. I'm like, "No, I ain't doing this shit." They ain't seen him since I was a kid, and he finds me on Facebook and asks for money. No, you know what? I mean, ain't bothered to stay in contact most of my life, and now you want money from me? Fuck off! I ain't doing it. Sorry, ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, but even back then with my cousins and shit, we weren't really tight. We lived in the well, at some point we lived in the same town for a few years, but even then it was like we'd only see each other maybe once, twice, maybe three times a year. That was about it. It wasn't like we hung out or nothing. So we were never close like that. Damn it. I really don't want to go to town, but I'm out of beer. You bastard. Yeah, I should get off of here too. I probably end up going to town and pick up what I need to pick up. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming by. I don't know how I don't know how often I'm going to get into this, but we'll see what happens. But thanks for coming by, man. We'll catch you next time, or maybe tonight on ORN Old Radio Night or OPR. It is Saturday night or Saturday. You too, man. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. I'm gonna get out of here too. I guess I'm gonna have to put some clothes on and run to town, or put some different clothes on. But anyway, take it easy, man. Be safe out there. Anybody else left in here, y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming by, and we'll catch y'all next time. 0786 out in the sticks. Back out.